from the sidelines. And yeah, I think it sounds like Riot, they really have something to prove to us here.
Certainly. Going down 4-0 against Renegades, not a shame, of course, but they could have been doing better. It's Riot, actually. You know, the calls are reversed. It is Forkidden who just scored.
Yeah, Forkidden starting out very strong. Banana Head has been a bit quiet today with the mechanics, but going off the ceiling to set up Scrub, and yeah, it looks like that's why it's a bit confusing, yeah. But no, that was Forkidden, and they're 1-0 up at the moment.
They will certainly get fixed as soon as possible, and getting that sorted. But meanwhile, Forkidden, they're just charging on. They don't care what side they're on. They just want goals.
Yeah, that almost was one, but it actually leads an opportunity on the other side. But Finn, a little uncharacteristically there, missing his flip, but almost still chances. Forkidden look like they're struggling a little bit.
To the side, Kaka brings it back in. I'm really looking forward to seeing Forkidden, see how consistently they can pop up, because the entirety of last season it was, all right, they've got potential, that was established, but are they actually able to live up to that potential?
Yeah, it's Forkidden, they're certainly having an awesome day taking out ground zero. If they could take out Riot here, it'll really show, you know, that the consistency there is there as well, which, you know, we've been talking about for a lot of teams. It's really important.
Forkidden, they at least have opportunities to pop off Kaka. That would be ridiculous, especially with 2 boosts left over at the end there. Decides to back off in into Tango, rings it off the crossbar, and they need to go back in defense.
Yeah, you can see though, Riot, they're already creating more opportunities. It kind of shows just how much Renegades were shutting them out, but Forkidden, I think they're bringing a bit more of a focus on offense, so it could be a bit of an explosive series.
And Riot, they're getting through, and that individual talent has to shine through. I think the last series against Renegades, they weren't quite connecting, and they also didn't show their individual capabilities, which I know for certain that they have as well.
Yeah, and I think it could just be a warm-up as well. Kaka, you can see he's going for those mechanics now. They're definitely getting more space, but Forkidden at the moment defending well and getting a chance at the other end, but Tango off the backboard makes a save.
Super Lucky turning in. That's a very weak shot, but with 0 boost, you'll have to excuse him for that. Banana Head charged onto the center. Tango catches that on top of his hood. Scrub with a good read directly afterwards.
Yeah, it's getting a bit locked in the midfield. Neither team able to really run away with this game just yet, but Forkidden sitting comfortably on that 1-0 lead. Not normally a team to sit comfortably. There's still plenty of time left, but sometimes the best defense is good offense, and Forkidden just sticking in the right half.
The reason why Forkidden always have those incredibly entertaining matches is because they can pop off. That ball got touched by Riot.
Yeah, that was just beautiful from Super Lucky. Really nice first touch. Floating underneath the ball. I think it did get past to him a little bit, and they're just styling on them at the moment.
Taskbar. Ooh, that was Riot being done in. They need a massive list of tasks that they need to do. As for Forkidden, they're charging on through, and that's the reason why they have got entertaining games, right? Because they have the capabilities to pop off, but also quickly concede.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like you're saying, they are the more aggressive team. It's always fun seeing goals on the board, but if you're a Forkidden fan, you do want to see them strengthening this defense, and right now they're shutting down what Riot is showing them.
Kaka, it's a bit awkward, right into the ground. We'd like to see that with more lift. Tango out to the side. Banana Head relinquishes to Super Lucky, and slowly charging up an attack.
But still, Riot just not able to make a big threatening play kind of happen, and they need something soon. It's a 2-goal lead, only a minute remaining, but you can see the counterattack is how they want to score it, and it's a beautiful shot from Kaka to make that work.
That was a phenomenal double tap by Super Lucky. That was a pancake and a half, I think. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, Super Lucky showing his skills at both ends of the pitch.
Of course, sometimes when you're that good, you have to concede a bit and make sure that everybody has a fair chance of winning. Very adult for a kid. Now they actually have a troublesome position.
Yeah, Forkidden, they can't be feeling as safe as they just were now. Only a single goal separating them, and this is what I want to see from Riot. Can they push forward? Because they really just got oppressed by Renegades, really stuck in their half, not able to make much happen. But you can see in this game already, they're making more passing plays happen, but it's just not going in the net just yet.
They're getting that space in the midfield and they're utilizing it. The shot, unfortunately, was off target, but I want to see more of that. I don't want to see them change their ways. Banana Headies might just have to put it in, change their ways. Oh, come on, Super Lucky.
It's actually dangerous. This counterattack could be bad, but it looks like they've slowed it down just enough. I don't know how Super Lucky has managed to miss that. He'll really be kicking himself if they can't win this, but it's looking good. But Riot, they're going to keep hold of this chance.
If they manage to bring this back, it will be the biggest throwaway of today. Finn down to the side, gets it to the right, and Tango still keeps it up, keeps it along with Banana Head. Wants to spike this down to the ground quickly. It does a slowly float on down. Tango, one last ditch effort, but it's still up.
And Forkidden starting out strong, looking very confident, not looking awkward at all. It really feels like they're hitting their stride, and Riot at the same time just continuing to just look like they're just really don't have too much to offer us at the moment.
It's a bit insecure almost, right?
It's just, it just feels like they're not really like shining in the way we know like the skill of these players on the roster, right? Like Tango, Kaka, Finn, like these guys are three mechanical powerhouses. We saw it last split. It's what, you know, gave them that number 3 seed coming into this tournament, but they're getting very shut out in these matches today.
Maybe that's because they were a dark horse last season and people started to pay more attention to it a little bit too much, and then Riot's playstyle doesn't really work that much anymore. I think they were at least somewhat similar to Bliss into being defensive, making it awkward for your opponent, but it's just not really awkward anymore.
Yeah, I think it's difficult to evolve from a team to, you know, one that is defensive to one that pushes forward, because there's serious risks in pushing forward, and I think these guys, they're just not quite as comfortable rotating aggressively, and like you said, I think the rest of the region has kind of fixed their defense, and Riot need to step it up now.
Banana, he's going to test the defense the first go. Kaka, he saw that coming from 3,000 miles away. Already up before it even got shot. Scrub off the sidewall. This needs to be shut down quickly. Pass attempted into the center.
Yeah, and Super Lucky, he was looking very dangerous from the wall before, choosing not to do anything this time, but Forkidden really relying on some serious pressure right now.
Sometimes trying out with a new overlay of sorts and getting the cams floating in the center, and that's it has a metaphorical meaning, right? The cams floating in the center, it kind of resonates for Riot of them not being able to get anywhere and just floating about.
Yeah, it does look like they're floating. They're just not able to really get what they want to get done, and on the other side, just everything seems to be working out for Forkidden.
Just to even this 50, nothing worked for them, floating in the center yet again. All right, Forkidden up by 1. They're having a great time, 4:04. Still plenty of time for Riot to bring this back, and they do also still have a timeout, but still.
I think the really tough thing for Riot is they're still looking for their very first win. I mean, they've just gotten 4-0'd. They've lost the opening game here, and they're trailing. It's got to feel bad to just spend the entire day just losing game after game.
Scrub, here he goes. Shot through and a demo. They're losing game after game, and this game also being in favor of Forkidden.
Yeah, Banana Head so aggressive, just nothing Tango could have done there, and Forkidden going up 2, there's still plenty of time, but Riot, they need to start getting goals on the board because they can't seem to stop these Forkidden goals.
It does a number in your confidence if you just can't break through. They keep on getting close, which could arguably be worse. Long pass over the top, Kaka able to catch it, Banana Head leaves it to Finn to clear it out. He doesn't do the most phenomenal of jobs. Also in a tough position, you don't expect that much from him.
Yeah, you can see now though, right? They are pushing forward, but it's just not quite working out as cleanly. Super Lucky, a beautiful flip reset, but it's saved just in the nick of time by Finn.
Their defense is still phenomenal. Tango, as I say, that makes it awkward. Kaka makes sure that it's swatted out to the side. Can they keep on pressing, or can Riot finally break out and create an opportunity for themselves? It seems that they got stopped at the mid-line.
Yeah, I mean, Riot, they might feel a bit lucky to have not gotten scored on there, because Forkidden really peppering this net with great chances, and you can see still just trying to set up their teammates, but Riot, they're just looking for these counterattack opportunities that aren't there at the moment.
To have Banana hit there, have another touch on that play is ridiculous. The initial flip reset, and they weren't finding counterattacks, but they're getting stopped every single time. Every single time they go high up. Look at Scrub. They're up so early, high as well, so if they drops underneath, they've got enough time to adjust their car. Yet again, Riot need to be having some kind of cutting-edge technology, and they need it if they don't find it.
Yeah, just Forkidden just looking so confident, just pushing forward. Riot looking awkward, stuck backwards at defense, and Scrub, that's been his signature move today, just dunking it in past defenders who are trying, getting caught out backwards.
Forkidden are just slamming Riot time and time again. I struggle to kind of think of what Riot could do, because Forkidden have got an answer for everything. They are showing their potential and they are living up to the hype. Now they just need an org.
Yeah, I mean, a great performance today will make that more and more likely. And I mean, you can see these guys are fan favorites coming in with the 80% prediction from Twitch chat. Yeah. So it's just going to keep going up from here if they can keep winning like this.
And currently that 80% is actually looking somewhat reasonable with the way that Forkidden is playing. I don't know what is going on with them, what they've had for breakfast, but they're just pulling out flip resets every single time.
Yeah, they're looking very comfortable, very confident, and Riot just not really flowing as cleanly as a team needs to be able to score, and it's really showing in the score lines.
Riot are getting pressed back a lot, but they've got all capability, they've got opportunities, and that's Kaka accelerating. 1 minute, there's still a chance.
There we go. You still see really nice turn there from the wall on Karkas, slowing the ball down, and looks like we might have a pause. Aussie, like, should I get a 500 mil one or a 2 liter one? I went for 500 mils, but I mean, it's not the same. I just have to get up too much, so I definitely am a fan of bottles.
Well, luckily we can get back in the match. Bottling is something that Forkidden has an opportunity to do, because they're ahead by 2 goals with only a minute left to play.
Yeah, it's good to see. Hopefully everything is cleared up for Kidden. I hope they can reset, because again, they struggled yesterday against Direwolves. It was in that match point situation where they really didn't get a chance to recover, but you can see here, it's a little bit hectic, but it seems like they're actually going to be the ones on the other side, and it's going to go in for Kidden very awkwardly.
This is a roller coaster of emotions if you're on Riot. You think you score, it's on the post. You think you score, it's on the post. You think you've got this, you get bumped out of the way. Forkidden are unrelenting in their attack, and with that goal, probably locked up the victory.
Yeah, it's 30 seconds, 3 goals. Riot, they're probably thinking about the next game. They might have even been thinking about it ever since the little break, because this was going to be a very difficult comeback either way. But you can see Forkidden are starting to freestyle a little bit. They're feeling good, they're feeling confident, and that's what you want to see if you want to see them winning this series.
I'd love to see Super Lucky back in an interview and just saying he's going to clap everybody. So he is.
Yeah, I mean, he's confident. Yeah, we had a Banana Head showing some confidence as well last split. So these guys, they carry some swagger around them, and they're really starting to live up to the hype.
And that's only the second game that they've locked up due to a delay, of course. So the timeout can still be utilized by Riot. Whether they do it right now or after this, I would honestly suggest now.
Yeah, we've just heard that it was Scrub with the issues, had to restart his game, so hopefully they don't persist, because he was the one with the internet problems yesterday. But again, different to yesterday. Forkidden not letting it get to them too much, finishing that game strong and getting a healthy 2-0 lead in the series.
It's the most amazing part about Forkidden, in my opinion, that they're able to keep a level head, try and find 3 15, 16-year-olds, and all of them being very reasonable in the way they approach things.
Yeah, no, I mean, we talked about it a bit this weekend. These guys they don't have a coach. They do it all themselves, and you're right. I mean, able to handle their emotions, bounce back from that kind of situation, and they're looking good to close out this series at the moment if they can get the 2 more wins they need.
In that regard, the only thing that they could benefit from is a mental coach, somebody to, if they're down, which also doesn't happen often, but bring them back up. But apart from that, Forkidden know exactly how to counter each and every single opponent.
Yeah, again though, it feels like this hasn't always been the Forkidden. Forkidden, they've kind of been on a slow rise ever since kind of exploding into the scene, struggling for a little bit. Last split, it really felt like they were improving split regional after regional, and now those fruits are really starting to bear here.
Ooh, directly off the get-go, tantalizingly close, but Forkidden break through.
Yeah, Forkidden. You thought it would go in here, off the post out, but Banana Head reading the chaos perfectly to get that opening goal.
13 seconds in and Riot yet again get a slap in the face. Every single time they have an opportunity to build some momentum, to get something on the board, even if it's just a stalemate at the start, they get denied that opportunity. Super Lucky wants to make matters worse. An attempt at the fake out.
Yeah, he didn't quite back himself to just take the early shot, which is surprising. Banana Head doing Banana Head things there, but again, Riot avoiding that lead, getting 2 out of hand again.
Banana Head, 50 with Finn. Riot, I've not seen them have their solo potential. They've had a few opportunities, but to try and engage in a shootout against Forkidden, good luck in that regard.
Yeah, but they're not even getting the chances to get any shots at the moment. This has been all Forkidden in their half, but Kaka, good challenge in the midfield. That seems to have brought some life to Riot, actually, but no, Forkidden straight back to pressuring them.
Super Lucky out to the side. Kaka read it, puts it up high into the box. Scrub swats it away. It's a quickly died down offense by Riot.
Yeah, it's right. That's really been the thorn in their side all of today. They have not been able to get pressure going. They just look a little bit awkward, not able to back themselves. The skill is still shown on some great counterattacks, but overall they can't keep that pressure that's really needed for consistent goals.
Tango being bumped off the sidewall, still wanting that second touch. They're hanging in the center. They're knocking. Kaka got it.
Yeah, I mean, they got away with something there, though. That's not normally what you see from Riot. Just struggling to get back, but not really showing why that overcommit happened in the first place either.
50 into the center. Kaka brings it out to the side, but then gets demoed. It's Super Lucky was ahead of the play already as Finn up high. I don't know. It's a rough one here for Riot, I feel like.
Yeah, Riot is certainly struggling. They just can't get a foothold in this game. They haven't been able to get a foothold all day. First, they just got completely shut out by Renegades, not even able to win that game. I think they went 3-0 up in that final game. They've just really struggled to just make any kind of consistent kind of pressure happen. You can see they're trying to get something going, but that flowing that you normally see from the best teams in OC just isn't there at the moment.
Oh, Banana Head, that's an awkward one. Does manage to adapt. But Riot don't seem like their old selves, which surprises me because they were scrimming that much. Their off-season has been grindy, and to not reap the benefits of that like dire wolves, that's certainly gonna resonate with them.
Yeah, it goes to show maybe they were possibly in a honeymoon period last split.
Max,
I'm sure Formal might disagree. Formal will probably disagree there, but yeah, it can be difficult to improve as a team, even if you are putting in the practice, because you can see like something just isn't flowing for these guys at the moment, and Forkidden just running away with it.
They're getting overflown by Forkidden. Their pressure the entire time. Scrub sectioning has been there to not cross the line, otherwise he'd be into the graveyard. And it's a great play by Forkidden. With 90 seconds remaining, Riot need a quick goal.
Yeah, Riot, they need to turn things around, but it's not even just a quick goal. They need to change their play style. They need to figure out what is stopping them from playing smoothly, setting up consistent goals, because at the moment, we're just not seeing that.
I think it's not necessarily their play style. It's just that it seems like they're not connecting, which while saying it could very well be their play style, but they're just not on the same line, it seems like.
Yeah, and that's tough to fix. I mean, you definitely expect after this game, I mean, especially if the scoreline stays this way or worse, Riot, they'll have a lot to think about, and it can be difficult just to, talk them through, because at the moment, Forkidden are just dominating them again. Riot can't find anything.
If Forkidden continues down this path, Riot have got enough time to think about it. They'd be out of the tournament. This is the lowest quarter, so they do have another game to play with for it being a best of 7. Whether it's looking solid for them, I would rather state the opposite.
It's not looking good, Riot. They're about to be in a position where they need to reverse sweep a Forkidden that, if you remember, has beaten Ground Zero today. So you can see why they're just playing very well, working great as a team, scoring so many goals, and then really being solid in their defensive half as well, not letting in any silly goals at the moment.
Forkidden are stepping up, and then Ground Zero comes back into the conversation. How much was Ground Zero lacking, and how much were Forkidden popping off? Well, I think we'll find that out in the next game and later on in the tournament if Forkidden manage to make their way through.
Yeah, Forkidden, they're going to end this one. It's going to be a shutout as well, 3-0. And, I mean, they're just looking bored at this point. Sukuloki, no emotion, just going through the motions, and it's really up to Riot. I want to see a timeout here. I want to see them really think about what's going wrong, because they have a big task ahead of them at the moment.
Surely they time out, right? Or they might have used it, but I feel like this is just a moment where you take that timeout if you still have it.
Yeah, you can see the stats just Forkidden, so many shots. Riot just not able to get anything going in offense. We just can't talk about it enough, because it's so important. Just you need to be able to either get consistent pressure, or maybe in Riot's case get consistent counterattacks, but they're really just not generating any kind of scoring opportunities at the moment.
They have there are cracks in the Forkidden defense. Those are quickly cemented shut each and every single time Riot try to slip through them, which can be so demoralizing. If you have an opportunity, you try it, and instead it turns into a counter goal. You are not going to likely try that again and just back down.
Yeah, it feels like they're playing scared. That looks like they're worried about overcommitting, or they don't trust each other, or they're intimidated by Forkidden beating Ground Zero. So something's going on here, and they choose not to take the timeout. We'll have to see. Hopefully they know what they're going to do, because they need something drastic to change right now.
Goal for this start, not in your own net. It's a good pass back, and that Tango was there. But Kaka turning kind of into the same path as Tango was already, and there Kaka goes into his own corner. They want to keep this ball under control.
Banana head from the other team's backboard somehow gets this absolutely crazy angle.
Oh my lord!
Beautiful.
I didn't even see him there. I saw that shot, looks away. I was like, oh, yeah, no, hey, that's off target. That's unfortunate. All of a sudden, it's it.
Yeah, what a beautiful pass by Super Lucky as well. Somehow setting that up, and it's just not what Riot needed at all. Well, but that is just a freebie on the other side to neutralize the scoreline.
Forkidden sucker punched Riot, but they do get a free smack back. They managed to make it count just the same. In 30 seconds, already 2 goals.
Yeah, so Riot, I mean, they needed that, but still kind of gifted to them. That's what we've been saying. Forkidden have been doing a great job of avoiding that, but we need to see more. We need to see Riot creating their own chances and causing Forkidden to make those kind of mistakes.
Scrub right into the attack, not allowing Riot any sort of rest. No rest for the Wicked as Kaka finds a second touch. Tango goes underneath. That's unfortunate. And all of a sudden it's an attack. Scrub can't score.
Yeah, Scrub messing up his line pretty badly there. Definitely a big opportunity that Forkidden have missed, but I'm sure they won't be thinking about it too much because, I mean, these guys have just been creating opportunity after opportunity. And here's another one from Banana Head. Very great save from Tango. That was needed.
That would have been a goal if Tango wasn't there. He's putting in the shift of his lifetime. Banana Head wants to go underneath yet again. The problem I can see with Forkidden is they're getting complacent. Riot Gaming, or Riot, they will have a very steady head, a level head, and at that point a comeback is still likely.
Yeah, we're seeing Scrub in particular just pushing far too aggressively as third man. Maybe some overconfidence is starting to get them, but Tango getting bumped, but he's able to get back in time. But gets another save. Tango is having a crazy defensive effort right now.
That was brilliant, and as you can see at last, that hurts. It is all for nothing. Life is tough.
I don't know if that was Tango demoed in midair, but it probably was just to get him out of the game because that was a crazy set of plays, but Forkidden getting that goal that really was coming after all those chances.
Rough. Finn can bring it right back, though. That's a flip reset underneath. An opportunity. 2v2 situation. And it's squandered. It's thrown away a bit with the quick challenge. It was promising.
Yeah, but again, they don't look like they're on the same page. It looked very awkward. Finn slowing it down, kind of trying to air dribble pass, which is always difficult. And, you see it on the other side of Forkidden. You can just see, like, fast passes one to each other, and it's just Riot just flopping around in net, hoping that a shot doesn't come anytime soon.
Forkidden having plenty of time to remove this from their own half. They're slowly making advances down the other end. Riot, they're gaining more ground. They're accepting. Sure, skill-wise for Forkidden, pure raw mechanical skill for Forkidden might be beating us, so we're going to have to be tactical about our positioning.
Yeah, it's just Forkidden. You can see they look so dangerous. That's a great pass. The net is almost open, but Super Lucky, beautiful bar down while the goalkeeper was getting bumped.
You see this? Everybody knows this is basically, if it's a decent shot, you pray Super Lucky can't score it, that he misses it, that he messes up. But Forkidden have been way too consistent for that to be missed.
I think Super Lucky could have hit it anywhere in the goal, but he was feeling good. He wanted to go for the bar down, and Riot, I mean, they're about to go 0-8 for today, which was just, I mean, it's been a day of upsets, but I don't think anyone could have predicted this kind of performance out of Riot. They still have a minute and a half. They, anything can happen, but I mean, look, Forkidden, they're starting to freestyle, and it's almost working.
No, you can't start freestyling when you're only 2 goals up with 90 seconds left to play. That's out of pocket. That shouldn't be allowed. It works, though, for them. They're managing to make it work.
Yeah, you can see Banana Head, so much confidence, almost getting a goal, and it just feels like, almost disrespectful at the moment from Forkidden.
It's sure. But this is what you get. This is what you get in return. You chat the chat. Sure, that's fine. Well, Riot, you give them an opportunity.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's what we've been missing. Just someone following anyone on Riot. Just Tango very fast to follow up on that good solo play out of Finn. And suddenly, I don't think we'll see Forkidden pre-jumping as much anymore.
I think Forkidden are certainly going to dial it back, but Finn needs to be careful with that ball. Lands into the foot of Tango. Takes it high, skies. Underneath he goes. It's awkward, but Scrub's got it.
Yeah, still well defended by Forkidden. You can see Riot really panicked to get back in time. They're certainly still looking uncomfortable, but I mean, it's better to see them get people forward because they certainly need it to get a goal on for the Forkidden defense.
The perfect story right now would be Riot making a comeback and reverse sweeping Forkidden after starting to freestyle in their 4th game on the tippy toes of being sweeped, and Riot, they need to fight.
I mean, that can certainly light a fire under anyone when you're getting freestyled on. It looks like almost a chance. It's not going to be quite. And Forkidden looking the other way, they missed their chance as well. And Riot, 10 seconds to go to even this game and keep their tournament chances alive.
Strub on the backboard is going to squander that opportunity. Tango still cuts in. Fields has a finish there, but no shot. Kaka, he's just going to let this roll on for a little bit. Tango needs to keep it up, does so. Clears 2 players in that same motion. Scrub just grounds it, and Forkidden, they sweep Riot off the face of the earth.
And they keep the lower bracket run going. They had a disappointing group for their standards, getting taken out by Direwolves, but they've just been plowing one after the other. First ground 0, now Riot and Forkidden. I'm not sure if Bliss will be able to stop them the way they're playing.